stuff. You know, there's a big battle going on urban media right now with a colorful character, the one and only Wack 100 and Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon, if you don't know who he is, he's from, the West Coast. He claims the rolling 60s. I heard him say that. He's been on No Jumper and he's been on, other platforms. Um, Luce Cannon is a hip hop artist from the West Coast, but recently he's been caught up with this whole RICO or indictment situation with Big U and others. Brick Baby, also who was a host on No Jumper. He was involved in this whole situation. It's really messy right now in the West Coast because No Jumper is spotlighting a lot of this ghetto soap opera. It's going back and forth, but the recent news is Loose Cannon's people issued, I don't know if this is fact, a cease and desist to Wack 100 and his people. A cease and desist. This is something similar that Drake has put out to UMG, right, regarding, defamation of character. So I'm guessing this is similar. No joke, a cease and desist has been put out by Loose Cannon's people. Wack 100 and some others are claiming it's fake. Um, I don't know. Like, the news is, right? The reason why this came out is because Wax people and others is calling Luce a snitch. They're calling Loose Cannon a snitch. Is that true? I don't know all the facts. I'm not a private investigator, but he has responded. His people have responded saying no, he's not a snitch. He's not a government informant. But a lot of people are talking right now. This is a battle between Wack 100, Loose Cannon, Wack 100. Wack 100 is not locked up. He's not incarcerated right now, but some people may think that he will be incarcerated, maybe because he knows all this stuff and he's associated himself with a lot of these stuff. But you got to pick one. Is he a Fed or is he doing illegal activities? Because if he's a Fed, that means he's working with the federal government. That means he's with the government. So we got to clarify this. Is he a Fed informant or is he just a normal civilian involved in himself in certain type of business he should not be involved in? Right now, it's a boxing match. It's going back and forth. You got Wack 100 putting out a lot of news, and you've got Loose Cannon's people putting out a lot of news. But who's winning the media game right now? I'm sorry, it is Wack, because Wack got academics and he got Adam 22. Recently, academics been talking about it, even though Wack 100 told him not to speak about it. But you got to look at the game, and the play is whenever Wack feels that some news should come out there, he probably will allow or tell academics he could speak on it. You have to look. He's filtering out what could come in a way, saying some people might be saying that is he controlling academics' platform? I don't know. He has some influence. And remember, influence is the secret ingredient out there. He has influence. So much influence that he gets on platforms like academics and Vlad, and he's good friends with Adam 22. They got a business relationship. Guarantee he has a business relationship with academics too. So he got two big media giants what he's using at his disposal against Loose Cannon. Loose Cannon got his lady, right, doing work for him. He got other people doing work for him. A lot of these people on social media, including myself, they're talking about this story right now. Before, it was a different story, but now it's transformed into Loose Cannon against Wack 100. And what's going on is Loose Cannon is calling from prison, right? Jail, house phone, talking to his wife or his girlfriend, and they are doing all types of talking on Carissa's YouTube, a lot of it is released. A lot of people have taken their content and used it on their platform. We ain't gonna do that here, but they have taken their content, put it on their platform, and vice versa. That's what's going on. So I don't know how people could claim any type of content right now because people are taking no jumpers content, putting on their platform, and vice versa. But right now is the battle between Loose Cannon and Whack 100. Who's winning the media game right now? Whack 100 has a lot of media sources. Loose Cannon has a lot of people talking about him. He's seeing these small content makers like SBG TV speak about it a lot. He talks to Wack a lot. Actually, well, he talks about Wack a lot, and he has a recording of him and Wack 100 going back and forth talking about situations, right? And then I see like this other guy named Demon Time. I guess Wack actually watches these platforms and connects with them. He watches them because he spoke with SBG TV, the host of it, right? So Wack does watch even small content makers. He is watching them, and people are talking about him, but he does not care. When you listen to the conversations Wack has, clearly he does not give a damn. Clearly he has some type of backup plan because he's very confident talking on the internet about cases and he does not care. He's right now, or even before, is saying that Luce is like talking. He likes to he's the one talking. He didn't do anything, right? Wack is washing his hands of all of this, saying that he's not part of anything, especially what went down at No Jumper. That guy getting stripped. He's putting this all on Luce. He's putting this all on Loose Cannon. He wants no part of it. He's cleaning his hands of it. Now, people, what do you think of this whole situation? It's kind of mixed up. This is the urban media content, what is popular right now. You're seeing a lot of content makers speak about it. It's going back and forth. People's wives, girlfriends are brought into it. Documents are coming up, paperwork is coming up, people are questioning paperwork. People are saying that Luce was free the other day. He's not free on no bail. He's not free, right? You see the fake news. People have been posting that. People are saying that he's been talking to try to get out of jail, and his people are saying he's not a snitch. They're running plays on Wack. Wack is just making up all types of stuff, but the main thing is Wack is not incarcerated. Wack is not incarcerated. He's the only big fish in this whole game right now who's not incarcerated. Big U is incarcerated, Loose Cannon is incarcerated, and Brick Baby is incarcerated. Wack is not incarcerated. Until he's locked up, then they'll all be on the same level. But right now, let's be honest, they're not all on the same level because you got Wack out here free sleeping and eating good and networking with people and doing business. So who's winning right now? Who's really winning right now? Everybody could say Fed, everybody could say he's a snitch, everybody could say he's a rat, all of that. But it doesn't change that he's not locked up right now. So how much weeks, how much months are we gonna wait for this guy to get locked up? And if he was so dumb, right? I'm not saying he's the super intelligent, but if he was so dumb, shouldn't he be incarcerated? Shouldn't he be locked up? This is the game, right? If he wasn't smart, he would, sorry to say, he would be locked up. All the stuff he talks on all social media, right? He speaks a lot. And you would think he would be incarcerated. People are saying the reason Loose Cannon's incarcerated because he talks a lot, that he put himself there. That's what a lot of people are accusing Loose Cannon of, being the talker. So he's incarcerated. Big U's incarcerated because he has a lot of associates talking. The point is people are talking. That's the whole point. People are talking, right? And Wack is talking and he's not incarcerated. So who is winning right now? That's facts, right? who is winning right now because he's not locked up, Wack. So he's winning around and he's digging up dirt. He's speaking with Luce's ex right now, or been going on her lives, been trying to control the narrative. And how he controls the narrative is with Adam 22 of No Jumper and academics. That's how he's doing it. He's talking in academics air every day at an Adam 22. He's watching their social media, what they're talking about, and what they're posting. He's monitoring everything what's going on. So if people think like on Luce's side that Ack is gonna be fair or Adam's gonna be fair, just throw that out the door. Those guys will never be fair. They're loyal to Wack, obviously. They're never, ever, ever. I never thought from the beginning they would be fair to Luce because a long time ago I seen they had a relationship with Wack for a couple years. What's the relationship those guys have with Luce Cannon? They don't have a relationship like that with him compared to Wack. I'm just being honest. They don't have a relationship like that. So now this is like a fight. This is a battle of social media. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who supports more? Who gets more, whatever, views? That's what's going on. Who is getting more views? Who do you believe? Right? And now it's unraveling. A lot of people know that Wack's a liar already. A lot of people, that's what they claim, that he's a liar, right? That's his stereotype, that Wack's a liar. So it's not hurting him, those accusations. But people are gonna look on the other individual, Luce. They're gonna look on him and they're gonna pick him apart and they're gonna dissect him. So no one is perfect. If they find any lies, it's gonna be like now kind of balance. Who do we believe? Because if Wack is lying and if they find Luce is lying about anything, it's gonna be like, equal. The only difference is Wack has the media. Wack has the media behind him, helping him, right? He has the media in his favor. Those two individuals I just mentioned are not gonna say nothing bad about Wack. The only thing what will hurt Wack is a big media source exposing him. As big as academics, as big as Adam 22. You got to be on that level that people care, that people are going to take it serious. Because if you're small, they're just going to say, this guy just wants attention. This guy just wants clout. They don't want to listen to what they're saying. Nobody. They're not going to take you serious. They're just going to say you're just another guy covering the story. They want to hear it from somebody like on the lines of what I said, Adam 22 and academics. They want to hear somebody else talking about it, and if not under Wack 100 and criticizing it. Till we see that, then I don't know. There's a lot of West Coast podcasts. Are they talking about it? I don't know. But who else besides Adam 22 and with No Jumper and academics? Who else? Who else cares about this story? I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it. And there's some others talking about it. But that's not enough. Only Compton Rick Rock. Compton Rick Rock is the biggest one outside of academics right now. And Adam 22's No Jumper. Compton Rick Rock is the only one who's big enough that people are going to pay attention and really listen to, is Compton Rick Rock. That's facts. People, please subscribe. Subscribe, like, and comment on this video, right? To the Down to Earth Network, Down to Earth Podcast. Got a lot of content coming. Just check for some more content coming, right? But yeah, Wack 100 versus Luce Cannon versus Wack 100. This is crazy. It's continuing. The saga shall continue. People are bringing out lawyers, right? A lawyer document claiming that cease and desist can't be calling Luce Cannon a snitch. Wack. can't be calling him that at all. If you have no proof, Loose Cannon is not a government informant, right? But Wack and the rest who's on his side, the 100 side, is saying something else. They're saying something different. They want they want all the smoke. It claims they want all the smoke. It went from something else to now a fight between two guys online and the families or friends. But yo, people, please subscribe to this platform, man. This is a battle. Loose Cannon versus Wack. It's not ending. It's nasty. Children are coming into this. Girlfriends, wives are coming into this. Now you got lawyers coming into this. A whole bunch of people are watching this, man. It's entertainment. I'm going to be straight up. This is entertainment. Every day, somebody has some business to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a federal case, an open case. This is still an open case. So they're still investigating, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So anybody talking, including online, they are bless up, Big Chill. Yeah. I was talking about this beef, man. This beef, this new beef. I don't know what you think of it, but Wack, people claim he's a fed a long time ago, and they claim he's a rat, and he's fighting with Loose Cannon, vice versa. People accuse him of being a rat or a snitch, but Loose Cannon put out a cease and desist against Wack and some others. Yeah, it's crazy still, man. This is a soap, man. It's going back and forth, back and forth. People want to see Wack locked up in prison, but I've been saying this. Who's really winning? Wack is out. Wack's not incarcerated. Everybody else is incarcerated. People are waiting for Wack to be caught and locked up. But if he's a fed, right, make it make sense. That means he's with the law enforcement. Yeah, but one's out. If you say he's Big Chill, you're saying they're both informers. But if one is out, there's a difference. Why is one in and one out? That means Wack, for sure, if he is an informer, he's not going to jail. So all these other people I heard like SBG TV talk about Wack, he's changed up his mouth. If he's a fed, like Donnie Brasco, he's undercover. He's doing favors. He's not gonna go to prison. That's what it means. Even if it comes out that he's been talking, he's not going to prison. The difference is he's out chilling, sleeping. So who's winning? He's not locked up. He's still on social media. He's on camera talking. He's chilling. But Big U and Loose Cannon is locked. That's all I gotta say. And that's facts. So Wack 100 got Adam 22 and he got academics. That's the facts right now. So Loose Cannon versus Wack, who's winning right now? People could talk all they want, right? Respect to everybody what they're doing, but Wack is winning the social media game right now. He doesn't care who calls him rat. Wack only talks other people's business reports, and Luce be telling his own skeletons confessions. Oh, yeah, you don't talk certain things. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Chill. We know in Toronto, right, as much as people do jokes online and stuff, there's still a line. People don't go back and forth, keep talking people's business all the time because it will really hit the streets. What this is because it's not a local problem. You see, if they're in the same city, a lot of these people talking, it would be different. But because people are far away, especially online, right? They're talking. But I'll be straight up, unless you are brave or real, most people would not be talking all this stuff if they were in the same city, right? Stupid Luce. Yeah, Wack's not stupid. I'm gonna be straight up. He's an OG too, right? You're right, Big Chill. Wack is not stupid. He's an OG. He's been around a long time. People just want to disregard that. This man's seen things, been around things for a good while, right? He's been in the business around people for a good while. So even if he's a snake, he knows how to snake. Even if he's a snitch, he knows how to snitch. So he has experience. There's people who are experienced snitches and informers for years. And if they're experienced, that means they ain't getting caught. They ain't getting caught. Because you know what some snitches will do or rats will do, right? They'll tell you they're calling the police. They make you know that they are communicating with law enforcement. That's like Charleston White. People don't understand. They don't care. They'll make you know they're speaking to these people. People know that Wack is doesn't care. But the other people who are claiming that they don't want to be a snitch or they want to be cool, right? They care if people are calling them that. That can be a weakness because you want the reputation that you're not that. But himself, Wack, he does not care. So he's making up, he'll not make up, but he will use situations which will justify him speaking about certain stuff. He'll say it's public record. He'll say people came to him with the news. People came with him with the news. Oh, they're saying it already. It's already out there, right? It's already out there. You saw the camera footage. You heard him speak. That see certain things, people don't see the big picture, how people talk. There's certain people talking codes to protect themselves. Wack speaks a certain way. I know. People should know how to speak in codes. Now, when you speak a certain way, they could say it's defamation of character. You get what I mean? Look at the nerve, because you know, make a lot of people. Yes, you're right. Wack makes people money, and you cannot touch that. Big Chill, thanks for that. If Wack, people are claiming is broke, they could say all that, but if he's making some money and giving views to people, he ain't going nowhere. And if he's a Fed too, if he's putting money in people's pocket, people are saying, how's he doing that? We don't know. Not everything a businessman's going to tell you. They're not going to tell you all their business. We don't know that. You could just assume a man is broke or stuff like that. And what's your definition of broke? Some people are comfortable with a certain lifestyle. Some people are comfortable making a certain amount of money. What's the definition of broke? He can't afford to wipe his ass with toilet paper. He's not eating food. He's not somewhere warm. Broke is when you're on the streets and you can't even eat and you're cold. I don't know different definitions of broke, but right now, Wack has the machine. He obviously hustles people, if you want to call him a hustler. He finesses people, and that's his hustle. He's done it right. Who showed Big U the foundation vibes? Oh, Wack was the one who showed Big U the foundation vibes. Oh, I'm hearing they never liked each other. One's a blood or represents blood, one represents Crips, but we don't know. Business is business. It's bigger than color. They probably spoke back in the day or been speaking, right? Yeah, Wack knows the system, man. You got to know the system, especially he's been around Suge Knight, right? These guys know the system. He knows the system. They were cool before. See, you told me that. That's some new news. I had a feeling they were cool before. So these guys are all OGs. They're cool before. Wack has a lot of connections, like it or not, right? Just look up his resume, look up his past, bad or good, right? There's a lot of guys with bad past. You got the guy, what's his name? Don King is known as corrupt. People hate Don King, right? They hate Don King, but Don King has connections, and Don King was very successful, right? There's a lot of people hate, but they have connections. Charleston White has connections. Don't tell me Charleston White don't have connections. He's almost on every podcast out there in the universe. He has connections with Aiden Ross. He has connections with other people. People probably call Charleston White broke too. But look at him. He got the connections and the power in the social media space. Yeah, Big U's always been a bully. It's bully culture in LA, right? And Wack 100, he's kind of trying to be a bully, but he does it with the mental he's using, and the social. The mental and the social, that's what Wack's using on people right now. And like I said, he's not locked up. Luce Cannon, sorry, brother, but he's locked up. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? I don't want to even mention that. Mention what you just said there. From who? From who? Big. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. Tax everyone's chains. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Tax everyone's chains, like Debo, like Debo. Yeah, he created Big U created that thing, the check in. He made that popular, the check in, and he even had a podcast like that. Yeah, Friday the movie. He said he's the real Debo. Yep, yep. Big U. I seen that clip. He said that's who they made it up kind of from, right? And Big U had a podcast called the Check In. Yep. Mm-hmm. You're right. But this is crazy, man. Loose Cannon versus Wack. Loose Cannon fighting behind bars for his freedom. He should. Everybody wants to fight for their freedom behind bars, but he's fighting a man who's very diabolical, Wack 100, right? And he got his wife fighting for him. He got his people fighting for him. But is it enough to fight the machine of Wack, Academics, and Adam 22? I don't know, people. That is very, 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 very hard to fight, man. You got to find some real dirt on Wack. You got to quiet him up big time. That's the only thing that could work right now. And you got to be on a other big platform besides Adam 22 and those guys. Snitch podcast, that part of 2000 Wires. Chicken. Yeah, 2000 wiretaps, man. 2000 wiretaps. Hopefully, I hope Luce is not on none of those wiretaps or anybody's not on those wiretaps. It's gonna come out in a couple months, man. We'll know everything more clear. Hopefully, Luce is not on those wiretaps. Hopefully, he could get out if he can, because you don't want to see no one really behind bars. But right now, Wack 20,000, yeah, 20,000 wiretaps. Right now, Wack is winning the social media game. He's winning. And Wack better not be on any of those wiretaps either. He best to not be on any of those wiretaps. No one wants that. Crazy. Yep. Crazy. Ain't no one getting out. You know what? I'm going to be honest, because I studied about this whole RICO stuff with other cases, not just this. With the mafia, a lot of mafia documentaries I've watched. I've seen cartels being watched. If you associate with people, I'm gonna be honest, and this part of the RICO, like a gang, it's most of the time the FBI, when they round you up because they don't want to be embarrassed, no one's coming out. Everybody's gonna serve some time, man. The phone is your worst enemy. Yeah, Wack should quit now, and I say give my advice. Loose Cannon should just stop talking because listen, this come from a man. I have two cousins who got locked up in a federal prison in America for over 10 years. No, one over 10 years. I have one another cuz serving about near 30 years. So I know about the law. I studied, like, I'm not a lawyer, but I done my research, how people like to research sports, about the law system and RICO, right? And if you if they're locking up the Crips, if they're targeting the Crips, the Rolling 60s as an organization under the RICO with Big U, whoever claims that they're Rolling 60 and been about around Big U, I'm sorry, they're coming for you too. If you associate yourself with Big U and you say you were a Crip Rolling 60, just that alone is gonna put you behind bars. I hope people know. There's a lot of small stuff people don't realize they could put you behind bars in a RICO, being associated with somebody who's locked up, right? I'm hearing Loose Cannon, it's not the same situation. They're talking about robberies that they claim or allege that he's been involved in, and other stuff. But brother, this is gonna be honest, right? I'm not sugarcoating it. If you associated yourself any time in the past with Big U, and it wasn't business, and it was some stuff what was on the net, and they heard you talking about certain things what is unsavory, and you are associated with that guy or you took pictures with that guy, it's going to be really hard for you too. Everybody, as long as you associate it, it's gonna be really hard for you if you associated with Big U. It's gonna be a hard time. Trust me. And what doesn't help, you got somebody like Wack talking. Brick, he didn't catch the Rico. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Brick is locked. Brick Baby's locked up. I'm thinking all the guys who got locked up at the same time is involved in the Rico. Correct me if I'm wrong. Brick Baby's in there. He talked a little bit. Not he's not talking too much now. You don't hear him talking. That's the my thing about it. You don't hear Brick Baby talking, and he's locked. Right? I gotta give him it. You don't hear Brick Baby talking, and he's locked. So somebody's telling him he's listening to his lawyer, and no one's really talking about Brick Baby. Sorry to say, that's a wise move. Not connected to them though. Different charges. So Brick Baby's not connected to them. Listen, 20,000 wiretaps we don't know of. They're still gonna spit out certain things. It's just a coincidence they're all locked. If we're saying Brick Baby and Luce Cannon is not associated with Big U, it's just a coincidence they're all locked up at the same time. Just put it that way. If people are saying that Brick Baby and Luce Cannon's case is not associated with Big U, why is it that all of them got locked up at the same time and are in the same picture? Just tell me that. That's what I want to know. Why did they all get taken up at the same time? And the only excuse we could say is Adam 22's No Jumper show. Spotlighted, hotlighted all of them, and they just said, let's go for all of them, man. Right? And extra tip, maybe Wack was behind it, allegedly, as people may say he's a Fed. But this is crazy. It will continue. It will continue because the knife, no jumper interview. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. They use social media. I keep telling people, all these people coming on with this case open and talking about it. They obviously using social media. Rick showed a gun on live. Oh, he's gone. See? They're gonna use that platform and go back in the past and see who else they could get. Obviously, I keep telling people, don't beg to be a no jumper. Don't beg for Adam 22. Don't beg for academics. Sitting down with Luce, yeah. When he was sitting down with Luce, his gun was showing. So when his gun was showing, that's what probably spotlight everything. Like, what's going on between these guys? What's going on, right? Yep. Enemies. So both enemies are on the show, and that spills out to the streets, right? So we don't know what happened in the streets after that show. We could just speculate. So when they're on that show, that spotlight to the feds, that spotlight to the police. Because before they got all of them, I remember Luce had a video and he was saying how they came to his house and done some type of raid and they're looking in his house. And not too long, they locked everybody up. They're on the same range because they want them to spill the tea. They want them to talk. They want people to talk. Even when I'm hearing about Little Dirk going on live stream and talking with, he's in the background with Luce. They love this, the feds, man. They want everybody to talk because then they could get two birds with one stone, right? As they say, two birds with one stone. All those nigga them going on the phone talking. They love that, man. They love that talking. The feds love the talking, man. They want the talking. Two birds with one stone. I'm hearing Lil Durk on live stream with academics from the same prison as our jail as Luce Cannon. So they want you to talk some type of stuff, obviously, to get you hemmed up, as they say. But people, please subscribe, like, and comment. This is your host, Sean Myrie of the Down to Earth Network, Down to Earth Podcast, share, and all that good stuff. This is Luce Cannon versus Wack 100, Wack 100 versus Luce Cannon. You be the judge. It shall continue. Respect to Luce. Hopefully comes out, right? But like I said, I'm being honest, this is a Fed case. This is a serious case. This is not nothing this is nothing. This is yeah, bless up Big Chill. This is a serious situation, brother. But yo, Bless up. I'm out.